Hello all, in this video we will discuss about TensorFlow concept. TensorFlow is a machine learning and deep learning library developed by Google and it went public in the year 2015. It is currently the most used deep learning library in the market and it's very user friendly. This library is used to develop machine learning models and implement all the important and unachievable fascinating artificial intelligence ideas. This library is completely written in Python programming language and that is the reason it's very much compatible with Python. This library is used in the learning and research purpose as well as large-scale production level machine learning models. Google has diversified this library and the company is working extensively on this. Currently is compatible with C++, JavaScript and mobile platforms such as Swift programming language. So why do we need to learn TensorFlow? In this vast and ever-changing field of data science, where the data is increasing at a rate of knots and the challenges involving those heterogeneous types of data are also unique. So to be updated with this, one need to keep on diversifying and learn new techniques and libraries. TensorFlow is the most advanced user-friendly library which helps solve the problem associated with the unstructured data and implement the solution is quite simple steps of Python code. This TensorFlow machine learning framework is also very well documented. Anyone can go through the documentation and understand the working of the code presented there. Google also offers various kinds of tutorials for deep learning involving the TensorFlow library. One has to learn and get skilled to the TensorFlow library if he or she wants to make a career in the field of artificial intelligence and data science. Let's get started with introduction to TensorFlow. TensorFlow is one of the most popularly used open source libraries originally developed by Google which performs numerical computation using data flow graphs. In the era of artificial intelligence, TensorFlow comes with strong support for both machine and deep learning. Python-based can run deep neural networks for image recognition, word embedding, handwritten digit classification and creation of various sequence models. Its flexible architecture allows easy deployment of computation across various platforms like CPUs, GPUs that is graphics processing unit and clusters of servers. TensorFlow can be used to create algorithms to visualize objects and train a machine to recognize the object. It can also use the data to understand the patterns and behavior from large data sets and deploy sentiment analysis models. As the machine learning has wide use nowadays, many organizations are using TensorFlow. Let's understand about main components of TensorFlow. In the above section, we have studied introduction to TensorFlow. Now we are going ahead with the TensorFlow's main components. Tensors are the main components in TensorFlow. They are defined as a multi-dimensional array or list, which are the TensorFlow language's basic data structures. The connecting edges in any flow diagram called the data flow graph are tensors. These are multilinear maps which can be anything from vector spaces to real numbers. So a tensor can be a scalar or vector or matrix. TensorFlow programs are usually structured into a construction phase that assembles a graph and an execution phase that uses a session to execute. The following three parameters are identify the tensors. So first thing is rank. The unit of dimensionality described within the tensor is called a rank. It identifies the number of dimensions of the tensor. And second one is shape. The number of rows and columns together define the shape of the tensor. And last one is type. The type describes the data type assigned to tensor's elements. For building a tensor, we need to consider building an n-dimensional array and converting the n-dimensional array. The various dimensions in the introduction to TensorFlow are as follows. So one-dimensional tensor, it is a normal array structure that includes one set of values of the same data type, and two-dimensional tensor, for creating two-dimensional tensor, the sequence of arrays is used. It is important to understand that the graph and sessions get created which manage the tensors and generate the appropriate output. With the help of the graph, we have the output specifying the mathematical calculations between tensors. Graphs save computation by only fetching the values we require by running the specific subgraphs, facilitate the distributed computation, dividing the work across multiple devices. Also, many common machine learning models are also visualized as graphs. Now let's talk about characteristics of TensorFlow. As we have discussed the introduction to TensorFlow, now we are going to learn about the characteristics of TensorFlow which are as below. So with the TensorFlow, the visualization of the graph becomes easier as compared to the other libraries like NumPy, etc. TensorFlow is an open source library that offers a flexibility in terms of modularity in operation and easily trainable on CPU as well as GPU for distributed computing. TensorFlow provides parallel neural network training which makes the models efficient on large scale systems, and it has a feature column that helps in bridging the input data with the model and provides an extensive suite of functions and classes that allow users to define models from scratch. With the tensor board, a different representation of a model can be evaluated and the changes necessary can be made while debugging it. TensorFlow separates the definition of computations from their execution. Now let's understand about the applications of TensorFlows. TensorFlow can build any type of deep learning algorithms like convolutional neural networks and recurrent neural networks and DBN feed forward neural network and natural language processing, etc. There are several programming elements in introducing TensorFlow like constants, variables, placeholders, sessions, and so on. It has a wide range of applications, some of which are mentioned below. So these TensorFlows library can be used in image or voice recognition systems, speech recognition systems, image or video recognition, self-driving cars, text summarization, sentiment analysis, and deep neural network for search ranking, and for using mobile image and video processing, massive multitask networks for drug discovery, and optical character for recognition and for real-time translation. Now let's talk about the example. So let's see an example where we will create a computational graph to multiply two numbers. Below is the figure of computation performed in the TensorFlow. So here importing the necessary libraries for the code, that is TensorFlow as TF and NumPy as NP. NumPy is the mathematical library provided by the Python, and declaring the variables in the form of tensors as this is a graphical computation. And now let's declaring the third variable for the calculation and adding the names for the nodes, and then doing the final calculation and viewing the output as 4, 8, 10 and 18. Now let's understand the advantages and disadvantages of TensorFlow. In advantages, the TensorFlow library comes with a suite of visualization tools, that is in TensorBoard for better computational graph visualizations, open source library for complex analysis. TensorFlow supports multiple client languages, that is JavaScript, Python, C++, Go, Java and Swift. The advantage of seamless performance, quick updates and frequent new releases with new features provides a good debugging method as it executes subparts of a graph that facilitates the introducing and retrieving discrete data onto an edge. Libraries can be deployed on a range of hardware, that is in cellular devices, computers with complex setups, and highly parallel neural network which assembles the large distributed systems, and TensorFlow allows a sharing a trained model easily. And some of disadvantages of TensorFlows are: TensorFlow does not offer symbolic loops, but there is a workaround using finite unfolding, that is bucketing. Windows users need to install TensorFlow using Python package library using as pip, as it is more suitable for Linux users. Lags in both speed and usage when compared to its competitors. Currently the only supported GPUs are in NVIDIA. The only full language support is of Python, which is the drawback as there is an increase in other languages number in deep learning. Rough TensorFlow is more powerful and better for deep learning, but it is not suitable for simpler tasks. So this has been a guide to introduction to TensorFlow. So here we have discussed the introduction to TensorFlow with the main components, characteristics, advantages, disadvantages and examples of TensorFlow.